What's up, guys? Welcome back. Earl at Sumo Bully Kennels back at you with another one. Really quick before we get started, I want to give some special shout outs today. Want to say shouts out to my guy Giovanni, who came on the show with Young Bully Kennels. He just dropped his litter. He had a litter of 8 healthy puppies, super thick bully. So if you're in the pockets, hit up my guy Young Bully Kennels. Giovanni, again, brother, congratulations. We wish you the best on this litter, healthy puppies, and amazing production. Let's do it. Shouts out to my guy Lamel, who came onto the show and shared his story of his dog having an issue with raw dog feeding, and I know that was a hard one for him to talk about, as we've connected on the side, and we've tried our best to help him out so that he can get past that issue. So big shouts out to you, brother. Thank you so much. I hope that that episode reaches a lot of people and will help them, and also give them something to think about in terms of preventive measures, so that that kind of situation does not happen to anyone of our viewers who feed raw. One, it is very painful emotionally. Two, it is very costly financially. So guys, please watch that episode if you haven't done so. That's a very, very important one. And lastly, thank you so much for all you guys who watch our channel, who like and subscribe and everything else. And like I always say before I start every episode, let's shake on it, right? Handshake agreement. If you watch our content, do us a favor. It takes you 1 second. It's free. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and give us a like. We appreciate the love, and that's why we keep doing this. Okay, so without further ado, guys, this is part 2 of your business plan. So in this one, I think I'm able to cover 2 subjects without it being too lengthy or boring. Disclaimer. This is going to be a very boring episode. So I don't know, grab a pillow, popcorn, drink extra coffee, grab some espresso. Let's buckle in, right? But super necessary, right? So for my classroom people, I love you guys, man. This is why I keep doing this. We're just going to talk about it today, right? Today we're going to cover the second part, and kind of combines the third part of a business plan, which is company description and product lines. So I'm going to try to keep it straightforward and give it to you as clean as we can give it to you without boring you to death. So snooze button, hit the snooze button. Here we go. All right. So the episode before this, quick recap on your company mission statement. Company mission statement is what you're going to set out to do. What is the purpose of your company? What are you going to do? What are you going to be known for, right? So in this part, let's take it to the next step. First, let's talk about the company description. This segment of the business plan is the general summary of what your company is, right? So for example, Sumo Bully Kennels is a family-owned and operated American XL breeder committed to producing champion XL American bullies by combining giraffes and hippos, right? That's a company statement, right? These hybrid Girappos XLs will revolutionize the industry, set a new breed standard, and will become the future foundational building blocks from which all dogs in this category will be judged by this criteria. So the future of XL bullies, guys, newsflash, is by combining a hippo and a giraffe. Okay, I'm trying to keep you guys with me, all right? You know what I'm trying to say. So just trying to add some humor. Let's see. In summary, the company description is not a full detailed section of your business plan, right? This serves as kind of like an appetizer to prepare the reader for the main course or the main meal, right? For conversation's sake, let's keep it short, but you get my drift. This section can be 1 or 2 paragraphs, very simple, and provide general description of your company, right? So we're going to import a giraffe and import a hippo and combine those two, and we're going to have a Girappo XL. Bam. Never seen before, right? Okay. So what that does by setting up this next section is the next section of your business plan is the product line, right? So let's transition from your company description into the product line. As breeders, our main product line is our productions, which are dogs, all right? However, there are other possibilities of revenue, such as You could be doing stud fees. If you're set up for it, if you have the time for it, maybe whelping services. If you have the equipment and experience, progesterone testing, right? Even reverse progesterone testing for people in your local area, your local demographics, and not just for bullies, for any kind of dog, for any kind of breeder. So let's say you had a progesterone test machine, and you know how to operate it very well, and you're very efficient, and you know how to get your message out there. Well, anybody who breeds dogs that's within an hour of you would be a client, because like for myself, the closest people who do progesterone to me are about an hour away. And at Sumo Bully Kennels, at some point, we're going to invest in a progesterone machine, and we're going to figure out the best product for us. Right now, the one I'm looking at is the whole blood, which we'll get into another episode. However, once I get this machine, it's going to serve a purpose for my kennel, but also I could also be of service to the community by offering progesterone tests and reverse progesterone tests for other breeders of any kind of dog, to be honest. So I'm not limited to XL bullies only. Anybody who breeds dogs needs progesterone testing and reverse progesterone testing if they're doing C-sections. So to me, a progesterone machine is a good investment, but that's another episode. Merchandise sales. Maybe you like selling merchandise. Maybe people like your flavor, your style. You come up with some cool designs. That's an avenue. Vitamins and supplements. Maybe you have an endorsement from New Vet or a product like that. We are a part of New Vet and New Joint. We don't stock their stuff. However, we do in our description have a discount code. So if you're interested in that, we do get some kind of commission or discounts on our products when you guys buy from our product code. So we appreciate it if you would do that. Consultations, right? Maybe you're a mid-tier or super experienced breeder and you never thought about consulting. Well, you should certainly use your experience and help others who would gladly pay for that experience in order for them to better their yard, right? So now speaking to breeders of 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years plus, if you're not sharing your experience, maybe you should consider possibly opening up consulting services and putting it out there for people to understand who you are, what kind of experience you have, and the value you can bring by helping out a new upcoming breeder or somebody with less experience than you, right? We all are good at different things, and I believe that a good exchange is, let's say I pay you for a consult, and then you like my business plan stuff, you pay me for that, or maybe we can barter and trade. Whatever the case may be, ultimately it's helping and uplifting each other. Moving on from consultations is mentorship programs. I think it's very important for anyone starting off to have a mentor, right? And finding that right mentor for you. Whether, maybe you're a very experienced dog person and you need business mentorship. That's one kind of mentor. Or maybe you're very savvy in business and you need help with the dogs, right? That's another kind of mentorship. So there's different levels of mentorships that you can offer to people and people can offer to you, or you can exchange with. And I think that's an awesome, positive exchange for us to have. I know certainly there's things that I need help with. I reach out to people all the time. Some people get back to me and some people don't, which is okay. That's part of learning and growing. So, you never have enough. To me, I never have enough information. Information is key to my success and my planning, and therefore I'm always researching and reaching out for better information, right? Evaluation of male sauce, all right? I can't say the S word because they flag it on YouTube, but the male sauce, as you would say, the sauce we used to cook with, right, and make our recipe, well, that male sauce needs to be evaluated. And possibly you have the microscopes and the centrifuges and all those things. So the equipment stuff is not just for your yard, but you can also be of value to somebody else, right? So that's what I'm saying. Or maybe you have a TCI machine and you're very good at TCIs, and evaluating the male sauce. So maybe you could be the male sauce and male sauce injector specialist. All right, back to Girappos. Anyhow, so those are, when we're talking about product lines, right? As a kennel, those are all the things that you could provide for people, right? And like myself, maybe by next season, I'm looking for help whelping. I've reached out to people already, right? And so for me, I know what I can handle, and I also know when to outsource and get help. So thank you for all the people that have gotten back to me and extended your services and pricing to me. I appreciate that, and I will be in touch when I'm ready. But the thing is, I'm not going to wait until I got 100 puppies over here to look for a whelper and help. I'm planning now because I know what I'm doing, and I know when the rain is coming, I'm going to have my umbrella ready. You see what I'm saying? By spending time weekly, understanding what your business needs are, and getting things in line so that when that time comes, you're ready to rock. Okay, so as you can see, you can generate multiple streams of income and revenue, and also provide tremendous value to pre-existing breeders and new breeders. Let's look at me, for example, right? So for me, let's talk about me just for a brief second. My expertise are in the following fields. I grew up in construction management, business, finance, real estate, HR, sales, marketing, operations, financials, logistics, inventory control, project management, entrepreneurship. I run my own business, manage many of businesses. And so in terms of my experience, I take what I'm good at and I apply it towards my kennel, right? Now, I've never done a TCI. I never done an AI myself. I watched somebody do it, and I've never done it myself. So hands-on, no, I've never done a TCI. And there's no shame in saying that, because there are people who will do that for me. So if I buy sauce from one of you guys, male sauce, because that's not my expertise, then I'm going to go somewhere to a clinic or somebody that does it locally, maybe another breeder that's very good at it, and I'm going to pay you to do it because that's not my strength. And why would I attempt to do something I've never done thinking I know it all? And that can be a downfall mindset for a lot of us, is trying to wear every hat in this thing is, you're not giving the attention to the things that where you are good at. So for me, I'm going to shine where I'm going to shine, and I will bring on the team those that I need so that I can be successful and those people can be of service to me. Let's see. Oh, gosh. As a 48-year-old person, I've worked for many years for many companies doing different things. You got to find what you like in life, right? And I really love this dog thing. Take a moment and ask yourself, right? Just a couple of questions. So let's slow down the episode a little bit. What is your professional and work experience, right? Where have you worked and what have you done? What are you good at? Because all those things can be applied. What are your talents? What do you love to do? It's understanding yourself and your talents is really going to help you apply your talents to your kennel and understand where you need to bring in the help or seek professional services, right? So let's say, for example, me, I've done plumbing, electrical, framing, name it, right? And you've never done wiring or plumbing, right? If you try to plumb and wire a house, how long would it take you to watch YouTube, ask people, and would you even do it right? Maybe you get it right. Maybe it takes you 10 times the amount of time it'll take me, because I can look at a house, frame it, know the order of how things are going to occur. For example, you frame a house, after framing comes plumbing and electrical, right? Based on the plumbing and electrical schedule, based on the size of the house, determines how much power you need, how much run you can get, what size gauge wires, so forth and so on, junction boxes, breaker boxes by code. So a person like me can look at that and in 1 hour figure out what I need to do, go get the material and get it done. A person that's never done it, you're going to stumble and fumble, right? So this is what I mean by knowing what you're good at and sourcing what you're not good at. And there's nothing wrong with that because not everybody is everything, right? Not everyone can be a point guard. Not everyone can be a quarterback. You need that line. Without that line, that quarterback dies. You know, without that quarterback, there's no one to throw the ball. No, if you got the best wide receiver but no one to throw it, it doesn't do you no good either, right? Defense got a good secondary, you got good coverage, then you need a run game. You need a running back, right? But that running back can't run either without a line. Otherwise, he gets smashed. So that's what I'm talking about, right? Looking at the big picture, because even though your kennel seems like it's an individual business, you are comprised of all these components that are around you, such as vets. Maybe you have one close to you for just general checkups, general shots. Maybe the repro one is a little bit further from you. Reaching out for mentorship, guidance, working with the dogs. There's just so many avenues here. Maybe you're a killer breeder. Man, I know some great breeders, right? They're very introverted. They don't like to market. They don't like to be out here, So maybe working with somebody who doesn't mind the marketing and sales aspect of it to handle your marketing and sales. Maybe you like breeding, you don't like whelping. Then you pay somebody to whelp for you. And you take care of the sales and marketing. So you see what I'm saying? There's so many different components here to deal with. It's very cumbersome looking at it as a whole. Now, do I feel you need an experience in every aspect of your program? Absolutely. You do, for perspective. But that does not mean you need to stay in those avenues and wear every hat. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think by shifting our mindset and understanding that we all do need each other to some capacity to be successful is a healthy mindset, which allows us to connect with others genuinely and without all the nonsense and bravado and envy and everything else. I think looking at it from a perspective of being able to help and serve and allowing somebody to help you is a very humble approach, yet very smart approach in order to achieve the level of success that you want to get to with your kennel. Gosh, what else can I say? Okay, so let's just run things in summary. Kind of cap this episode. We want to keep this one short because it's boring. Allow yourself time to truly explore the avenues and the revenue that you can generate from starting your dog kennel, right? There's multiple avenues, right? I named off an easily 10 of them, but maybe you only want to play in 3, right? Maybe you only want to do stud fees and breed twice a year. So you got 2 forms of revenue right there, stud and pups, and you don't want to do anything else. That's good. Stick with that. Focus on that, right? Choose that product line that best suits you and your vision and your time and your strengths as well. Take a deep dive into developing your company description and your product line, because that's what set your course. Understanding who you are, what you want to do. Of the 10 things I named off, you only want to play in 2 or 3, and just dial it on those 3 and be that guy. Man, be that guy. When you put on a quarterback and pay him a ton of money, you don't expect him to run the ball and catch it or do a kick return, right? His sole job is to throw that ball and get it there. And so that's what I'm telling you is whatever avenues you pick, be that guy in those fields. Keynote, don't overextend yourself. Don't try to be everything to everything. It just, I didn't even touch on the other points like photography or videography and all that stuff. That's very time-consuming stuff too. Trust me. It's easy to get taken by excitement and displace your focus in many avenues when you haven't even got your home base and your foundation in place. And that's what a business plan does, right? You run off and buy 10 dogs and you don't even know how you're going to sell them, or you're not really connecting your bloodlines or how much money you're going to spend, or how much money you expect to get, when you expect to break even. All these things, right, are all part of this business plan. And, for most of us out here that are doing this already without one, you really should do one. I think it'll streamline your operation. And for those of you guys who get started, I would recommend getting a business plan done for you before even getting started. Just for clarity, you know what I mean? Start with your primary product line and build from there. So maybe you want to perpetuate the giraffes, the giraffes and hippos, right? And you produce your Gen 1s, and then you're going to have a stud giraffe on your thing. And that was your whole goal anyway, is to have 2-3 giraffe studs. You see what I'm saying? So, but you can't have that without your phase one. And so the first thing you got to do is get a giraffe and a hippo and create your giraffe and get some solid males out of there to be able to be that guy, out here providing giraffe male juice to everybody. So a well thought out plan is easy to execute. Your markers for success will be how well you execute each phase of your business. For example, your phase one, after developing your business plan, maybe to acquire a foundational female for your yard, right? Maybe you want to start off with a female hippo and a male giraffe. So, I mean, the thing is, if you're going to do that, what does that entail, right? Well, there's a budgeting phase to that for the purchase, looking for that right hippo phenotype you like, researching the pets of that hippo, and then finally connecting with a breeder who has that hippo and that you can acquire it, right? It's just getting those materials that you need, and that in itself is cumbersome, So you see, every decision you make must be well thought out and connecting overall with your company vision. Otherwise, you find yourself making decisions, getting overextended with finances, and maybe even regretting decisions 6 or 8 months from now, a year from now. You're like, man, I should have sat down and I did too much, or I didn't do enough, or I should have really just planned it out a little bit better before I got started. Because it is, man, when something is your passion, it's so easy to get excited and go into it. Gosh, what else can I say? Business plan, guys. If you don't already know, if you're new to the channel, here we go in our page. Our website is up there. You'll see it, but you'll see we have business plans, right? We also have consultations. Business plans is something that I'm good at. I would not offer you progesterone test as a service. I would not offer you, male juice evaluation or TCI. I've never done it. So I'm not going to lie either. Didn't start offline. I'm not going to start lying now. So that's not what I'm good at. In terms of business plan, though, that is something I'm experienced with. That is my work history and career history. So I understand that very well, and I know how to work that out. So if you're interested in that, go on our website, right? Other than that, guys, we got that one done quick. I want to say special thanks to everybody. If you have interest in our business plan, go on our website, do the filler form thing, contact us, or DM me directly on Instagram. We're active on both avenues, and unless I'm sick or out of town, I reply to people very quickly. I respect your time, and I appreciate you. That's why I do that. Without further ado, guys, please like and subscribe. This was a boring episode, but this is an important one, right? After this one, we're going to get into the marketing, sales, and all that other good stuff that you guys probably don't want to hear anyway. So I want to say special thanks, guys. Earl at Sumo Bully Kennels. Please like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And have a good weekend.